love the vibe of that so far.
What?
I guess you can keep watching it without sound.
Is up, fanboys and fangirls? Tyler and Luke are gonna finish watching the Creature Commandos trailer in silence.
I've already seen it.
Over there. But I just want to welcome you back to the episode of What the Fanboy Show.
Woo!
Tonight we're gonna be talking about New York Comic-Con news. We got the Xbox Partner Program preview. I watched a new streaming movie on Netflix. So.
Netflix.
Oh, and then we watched the greatest Halloween movie of all time, right?
Yes.
So as a group, so we'll have to mention that at some point. Yeah. So big episode, actually. Yeah. If I say small, it'll be big. If I say big, it'll still
Normal
be big.
episode.
Normal episode. I guess we can lead off with trailers. And Luke, you've got a trailer over there.
Yep.
You guys have just kind of finished watching the Max original.
Oh, okay.
Yep, this is Creature Commandos. This is going to be the jumpstart for the DCU animated. I mean, it looks like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm down for.
Which is great. I think that's one of the best comic book movies ever. Big fan of James Gunn. It's going to hit you in the feels where you least expect it, and it's going to be gory.
I feel like
where you do expect it.
It's that weird, like, Gunn can do that he has that weird way of mixing just incredible humor, the, like, gore fest.
And heart.
And, like, it all works. And, like, I don't really expect some of those things in Superman, like, heartfelt and... You
do expect heartfelt.
I expect the gut punch.
Yeah.
And a little bit of the humor, but not so much of the just outlandishness of the Suicide Squad. And I'm so glad we're getting more. We've gotten more of that with obviously Peacemaker, but now also Creature Commandos.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Gun and all that stuff, I think, when we get into news, but yeah.
Yeah, Creature Commandos looks great.
Yeah. Big thumbs up for the trailer.
It comes out in December.
December 5.
Yeah. It'll be nice to have the DCU actually started, although I don't think it technically really starts till Superman.
It's a soft launch,
we
right?
talked about it last week. It's like a foreword.
Yeah.
Little.
Not everyone's going to read it. There's going to be a lot of people who, the foreword.
Because technically, Blue Beetle's in the DCU, so it's technically already started. But that is technically also in the old DCU. It's a tapestry.
Same with Peacemaker season 1, right?
Yeah.
And season 2 will be
season 2 will be in.
He announced like how they're gonna handle that, and I thought the way he announced it was pretty smart. It's like if we reference it, it happened.
Yeah.
If we don't reference it, just assume it didn't happen. And I was like, that's probably the easiest way to do it.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be fun. Looking forward to this one. With you guys, I love the Suicide Squad, so
I need to rewatch it.
Ready for more.
Another Max original coming. I don't remember the date for this one. I should have written down these dates, I guess. Dune Prophecy.
November,
like 21st or something.
11th or 21st. I can't remember.
Sometime in November.
Probably the show that's going to be the Sunday night.
Yeah.
Special once Penguin is over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this looks awesome.
Yeah. I thought it looked awesome a while back. Yeah. And it looks awesomer.
Now kind of getting a taste of what the story is going to be. With them trying to set up the Lisan Al-Gaib and Travis Fimmel trying to stop them from setting it up.
They're just kind of learning the inner workings of how they do all that and stuff will be really cool.
And probably seeing lots of other worlds. Looks really good. And I thought the part they honestly just nailed was the music. I'm really curious what
who is doing the music.
Full soundtrack is going to be like.
Yeah.
Composer.
But yeah, I think we've kind of entered I'm having a little more faith in HBO/Max with their TV.
They've definitely kicked their programming back into gear, it feels
Yeah.
like, which is nice. It was pretty dry there for a while.
I think for a while it just kind of felt like they were throwing everything.
I think post Game of Thrones there was a
it was,
spell.
It was kind of throwing
yeah.
everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, and that's a way of doing it. But I think they've
Well, they got a couple like
figured out creatively. Here's the stories that people want to see.
yeah.
People care about. Hey, Dune is a massive success. People love the Batman. Okay, let's find creatives who want to tell stories in those universes.
And luckily with the Batman, it's Matt Reeves.
It's Matt Reeves.
He's
right.
just like, I'll keep making it.
Yeah.
Let's just do more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Composer is
Volker.
Bertelman.
It's a cool name.
He did All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh.
Yes, let's go.
Well.
Yep.
And
That
Lion.
tracks
Yep.
very well.
So
Sweet.
I have faith hath
that should
returneth.
work out well.
Good. It's good stuff. What other trailers?
We got a full trailer for Wolfman.
The Lee
Winnell.
Lee Winnell. Yes. Not as you guys don't seem quite as
There's 3 people in this movie.
up on this.
Is this a Blumhouse? It's not a Blumhouse.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it
well,
is.
that makes sense then.
It's gonna be in a house with 3 people. I'm sorry. I need a town getting destroyed by a crazy wolf. Like this looks so lame.
I think what the premise I can get behind.
Has Lee Winnell missed?
I mean, he's made 2 movies.
Is that it? Really? Because he did Upgrade, right?
He did
He's done-
Upgrade
he's
and
done
The Invisible Man.
2 big features.
Those are bangers, though.
So I think like the premise and the director, I can still
Oh, yeah.
even seeing this can like get behind.
I forgot he was the actor in Saw.
But I will say I have some red flags after the trailer, just in terms of it doesn't feel quality wise what I expected it to.
This movie went through like hell too to get made.
That
so
never helps.
When did it come out?
January.
This is gonna be a dud. It might make money because it's a January horror movie, but I think it'll come out at like 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. It'll have a interesting first weekend, and then it'll
Fizzle
move
out.
on. We'll just move on from.
I'm gonna give it a sideways thumb, just in the sense of like I do believe that Lee and like can do something interesting. The trailer just doesn't inspire much belief.
Wasn't
in that.
Ryan Gosling originally
Yes.
attached to this?
Yes.
How does Blumhouse?
Now it has
This
no star.
this was a much larger film, like 2 years ago. I think they finally were like, let's
have
just
to
make
make
it.
it.
Let's just
Yeah.
make it. Like get it done. I think they stripped the budget as much as they could at that point, and just they were like, let's just film it. House in the woods, small family,
Yeah.
just
All right.
grip it and rip it.
It's gonna be entertaining to watch a family get away from the same wolf for an hour and a half until the end, when the wolf man dies, and somebody else
invisible-
becomes the wolf.
And then the
Person.
Invisible Man shows up and he's like, I'd like to tell you about an initiative. And then it's over and you're like, oh.
Plot twist: it's Russell Crowe.
Oh, no.
They're bringing it back.
that
Dark
from-
Universe won't
Does
stay
that mean
dead.
Tom Cruise is coming back?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm back.
After Mission Impossible 8, oh yeah.
It's just connected to Mission Impossible.
There we
He's
go.
just, it's just in the same
it's
world.
Just Ethan Hunt.
I'm back in. I'm back in.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, and like it cuts to Tom Cruise, you're like, what? I was not expecting this.
Hunt down the Wolf Man.
This is something we can get behind for sure.
The last trailer I got is The Electric State.
I didn't see this.
I didn't see this one either.
It's a Netflix movie. It's the Russo
This
brothers.
is the Russo brothers one. I saw clips. I didn't watch the whole trailer.
It's Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown,
Yep.
and it's like a robots revolted, and
Oh.
there was a war. They
Classic.
lost, and now like robots are being hunted.
The
But
robots
really-
lost?
Yes, and people are like living.
So it's the
in-
creator, but less
So
unique.
it's Sea of Rust.
Probably.
And people like kind of live in VR world. Like there shows them all wearing VR headsets, and they're going to like save Millie Bobby Brown's brother, who also might be a robot. I couldn't really tell. I think it looks okay. I feel like it could have its moments.
I'll check this out.
One part, I think the parts that made me go maybe not are the fact that the Russo brothers' last movie and show were horrible.
Both.
Hey, their show got a spin-off, and it's like out now.
Yeah.
That's because they put so much money into it, they had to make it. Nobody liked the show, and I haven't heard anything about whatever Diane.
Dude, I didn't
is.
even know it was like out, and then it like popped up on my Fire Stick as like the Prime banner thing. I
Oh,
was
it
like,
didn't
what
even pop
is
as
this?
a banner thing for me. I was typing in something and it
It popped up.
in like a search result as, being similar, and I was like, what? And I scroll over to it, and I'm like,
The only time
oh yeah, they were making a bunch of spin-offs off of these.
Yeah.
I get
Wonder
a
how many
trailer
actually
for it
get
all the
made.
time because I've been watching a lot of Prime Video stuff and Thursday Night Football. So, but I mean, the other part is I don't just Millie Bobby Brown outside of
Stranger
Things has
Not
been great.
Yeah.
Doesn't inspire much confidence for sure. She doesn't pick the best projects to be a part of either.
Yeah, but I do like Chris Pratt. I think he's entertaining and I think he's funny. So we'll see.
Does the tone of this have like a humorous feel?
It has a feel good.
Okay.
It's like looks like a mix of a feel good movie and an action movie.
Okay.
Like there's a pretty big action set piece in the trailer. And like, have you seen the images of like the robots?
No, I've not seen anything on this.
They're all like cartoon character
Yeah. that's
inspired.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Like maybe,
It's like almost Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'll pull up the trailer.
but it's like not trying to be creepy.
No.
The Electric State. Images.
Just seems
Like
like
here's
an
the poster. Like see the little
interesting-
cat head. Like a lot of them have heads like that.
Okay. Looks weird.
But also, yeah, watch The Creator. Freaking great movie.
Indeed.
I
I was searching for a physical copy of that. Surprisingly hard to find, unfortunately.
That's because studios suck now.
Studios do suck.
Know what else doesn't have a physical release? Killers of the Flower Moon. It's ridiculous.
Oh, these robots are big.
Oh yeah, they're big.
They're big.
Maybe that's
they're
why I'm
big
also
boys.
interested in it. It's kind of like got a mech vibe to it, and I love watching mecha stuff. So
Yeah, this looks weird.
Like that
Like weird enough
Mech
to be
City
interesting.
movie. Peter Jackson. I can't remember what it's
Mortal
called.
Engines?
Mortal Engines.
dude, I liked that movie.
I did
I
too.
thought it was fun.
It was
I
a
won't
ton
say it
of
was
fun.
good, but I thought
No,
it was fun.
It was a ton of fun. Oh goodness. All right. Well, if we missed any
Yeah, this looks
trailers,
wild.
let us
I'm-
know. We'll try and get them next week.
Yeah, there's always something we miss.
Always. There's 1,000 movies that come out every year.
There was
So.
I guess, a Daredevil trailer at Comic-Con, and Disney just refuses to release anything about that show.
Well, that's a great segue, Luke. Let's start talking about Comic-Con.
Yeet.
New York Comic-Con.
Where you want to
New-
start? You want to start with
New
Marvel?
York.
New
The
York.
biggest Marvel news.
The biggest Marvel news is they won't give me the freaking Daredevil Born Again trailer. Pissing me off.
So the biggest, some of these I'm gonna skip over, like the comic book stuff. I think I'm gonna skip. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is moving to PC, January 30th, 2025. They also announced there will be no DLC for Spider-Man 2.
That's interesting. Is it because they announced DLC for the first one and it just became a game?
That's what everybody seems to think.
It's just going to be Miles Morales 2.
Probably.
I still need to play Spider-Man 2. I haven't played it yet. Heard it was good. You liked it?
Miles Morales?
No, the second game.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. It actually is likely going to be my first platinum. believe it or not.
Oh.
I'm pretty close to getting it. Well,
Way to go.
I shouldn't say I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to the 100% part, which is covers a lot. Then it's like the weird gimmicky stuff.
Dude, there's always stuff for platinum games that's like do this monotonous thing that is also near impossible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I don't got time for that.
Correct.
Find 1 million Riddler trophies.
Wow, that was really not much from Marvel. We know there was a Daredevil trailer that was shown there, or teaser that probably will hit the internet the next week or two, I would assume. We also got confirmation that this is Tom Hardy's last Venom movie, but this is not the last Venom movie.
He asked for too much money to renew that contract.
That or he signed on for 3 movies, and they were like, "You want to come back?" And he was like,
No.
I'm good."
I'm good, Chief.
But we can jump over to kind of the DC panel.
Yeah.
DC Studios specifically, because that's what, if you're here, you're probably interested in.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn said a lot, but also said a little. He does a good job of kind of walking that line. The big notables, Supergirl starts shooting in January. And he had seen a screen test for Ruthie. If you've read the comic, you know who that is. And he's very excited about it, as am I, because that comic is awesome. I am very, very curious, like, what visual style this movie is made in. Because it is a strange comic book.
He said he loved the pitch from the girl that's writing it.
Yeah, and she's now writing the Teen Titans movie. So he must have loved everything about the script, too. Because he's kind of a script snob, which is good. He's very, like, you know, we don't take a script if I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what he said about the character, I think I said this in the past when I talked about the comic because I'd read it, is, quote, "Supergirl's a mess," which is kind of where the starting point is for that story. So really, really cool. So yeah, that gets to start shooting in January. So that's exciting. He talked about Superman. He said that there's no trailer yet, but you'll get one soon. So that's exciting. I think that's expected to start up before the end of the year, based on kind of what David Corenswet has said publicly. He's supposed to
I bet it drops Thanksgiving weekend.
That's a good time for it. There's a big Comic-Con, and it's an international one. I don't know when it is, but Corenswet said he was promoting it there. So like he's stated, I don't think he was supposed to, but he was like, "Yeah, I'll be promoting it there," and everybody's like, "What?" So there's definitely something coming before the end of the year. He did have a quote on Corenswet. I don't know if you guys want me to read it, but I thought it was pretty good. David Corenswet's going to blow people the F away. He is the movie star that everyone just dreams he could possibly be. I don't think anyone really understands the depth of this guy's talent, dramatically, comedically. He's the best physical action star I've probably ever worked with. He's an amazing actor. And Rachel Brosnahan, I think you're going to die for her as well.
Oh, I already knew that.
So that's
She's
really
playing Lois. It's
yeah.
like...
And you've liked her from something else, too, which helps. Then he talked about Peacemaker Season 2. He talked that Season 2 is more magical than Season 1, which is kind of interesting.
You believe in magic. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna let it go. He said, "Quote: John Cena has improved as an actor in a way that I have, honest to God, never seen anybody get so much better in a short amount of time." And then he just talked about how he was amazing, and then he just said that this season would be very magical. But it is set after the events of Superman.
Okay.
So he did put it in a timeline,
Yeah.
which is interesting. And then he talked a little bit about lanterns. I thought the most interesting thing that came out of this is that Aaron Pierre was the runner-up for Adam Warlock in Guardians 3.
I already knew about him.
Yeah, so he was aware of him. He said, "Aaron is somebody I've been trying to get for a long time. People don't know, but he was almost Adam Warlock. He's an amazing actor, and I've just really admired him from the beginning of his career. And so when it got down to it, he was just fantastic. Seeing him read with Chandler was one of those miraculous moments where you go, oh my God, I don't care what they are saying. I just love everything they're saying together."
Yeah. That's awesome.
So It's really cool. They also have Tom King in the writer's room on that one, which is...
It's King, Damon Lindelof, and isn't it somebody else?
It's the
too?
dude from Succession, I think. No, not that person's doing Harry Potter. It's gosh dang it. I don't know. We'll look it up later if we need. Chris Mundy.
Who's Chris Mundy?
He did. Is it Ozark?
Yes.
Okay.
And True Detective.
Yeah.
And Criminal Minds.
So they're definitely going the detective route, as they've said. But Tom King is in 2 writers' rooms in the DC Studios projects right now. He's in Supergirl and Lanterns. Kind of interesting. So,
I'm so curious what the Lantern story is going to be, man.
yeah.
That has got my brain all warped. Because I can never just picture like a grounded lantern,
Yeah.
gritty detective story. I can only think of like space stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting. We kind of
So
talked
I'm trying
about
to
it
wrap my mind around
when
it.
they announced that one, like what the synopsis would be or whatever, like the pitch basically, and we were like, this feels like they're gonna be hiding something really big in here that maybe is what sends us where we're going with the movies.
I'll say this. Watchmen, the sequel series that Lindelof did, was very grounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is like why I don't worry too much. I feel like because he got real weird in that real fast.
Yeah.
I should say not fast, but
No,
when
pretty fast.
When
There
it ticked up, it ticked up.
cloning on a different planet going on.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think this will be a ton of fun. I'm really excited for this one. The expectation is it films in 2025.
Okay.
And then of course it's New York Comic Con, so there's a ton of like comic book news and things like that. If you want those, you can look those up. But really, like the film portions, they didn't have just huge presences there this year. Which, I mean, they don't usually have just monstrous things, but there's usually something.
Yeah.
But I thought Gunn having the panel and revealing as much as he did was pretty neat.
When does Captain America 4 come out?
Isn't that in the spring, like April?
I almost thought it was like Valentine's Day. Like February? Maybe spring break? March? New World Order?
February 14th.
Oh wow,
Okay, Valentine's
well
Day.
done. I thought it was April. I thought it was later. Like, I thought it was spring.
Because that's their only movie.
Yeah.
Not for all of next year.
What else is coming out?
Yeah, they haven't. They just announced shooting time for Robert Downey Jr.'s movie. I can't remember what it's called. Avengers something or other.
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Yeah, that one.
Why did I think there was?
They realized.
I
they're
thought
in
this year
doo-doo.
was weird because there was only one Marvel movie, and that was Daredevil. Not Daredevil. Deadpool. Ugh. Words. Anyways, I can't. Yeah. It's fine. Alright. It'd be a slow year for.
Superman picked a good year to release.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If it's...
There's Craven, but that's Sony.
That's December, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Venom.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Okay.
Thunderbolts.
I was like, I knew there was at least one more.
But still, 2.
Yeah, I know, but.
Listen, also, welcome. I love 2. 2 is great.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine
We
with that.
love 2.
I also like. I don't know if I was here on that episode, but I actually really liked the Thunderbolts trailer.
It's
Yeah.
really
They
good,
put out.
yeah.
I
Good
thought
trailer.
it looked really
Oh,
good.
and Fantastic Four.
That comes out next year.
Yeah.
It's not coming out next year.
We don't love 3. We don't love 3.
Bump it
2.
to 26. Feige.
Yeah,
No,
maybe not a bad idea. But
Let's just cancel one of the other ones. Just get rid of it.
yeah, New York Comic Con, cool stuff. Things surrounding it, I guess, that were brought up, like Spider-Man 4. Tom
Tom
Holland talked a
Holland.
little bit about that. It was also announced that Tom Holland has joined Christopher Nolan's next film.
Which is supposedly a period,
Yeah.
like a 1920s vampire movie.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, that's
heard
what
it was
That's
an
what I saw.
espionage movie.
Oh, maybe I read something else. Hold on, let me. No. I've got it right here.
I'm thinking of.
Nolan
Michael
making a
B.
vampire
Jordan
movie,
and-
yeah.
Oh, what's his name? He did directed Black.
Ryan
Ryan
Coogler.
Coogler. That's a period vampire movie.
It is.
Why did I saw something? Look, it was on the internet, so it must be true.
It was on Al Gore's internet.
If I find it, I'll let you know. Maybe it was a different.
Well, reaction to maybe true untrue news. Don't like it. I love Nolan, but what's with all the vampires?
I think
Making a resurgence.
I think it's just
dumb.
let's not assume it's vampires.
Got
Yet.
Nosferatu this year too.
That should be the only one.
You'll be okay. I believe in you.
I don't think I will. I think I might lose it.
Would you rather have zombie movies?
I'd rather have vampires.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So be thankful it's not a zombie like reoccurrence.
I'm saying a bunch of like, it's just not modern day and plot is under wraps. So I don't know where I saw that offhandedly, but
We won't know.
let's
what that
not
movie
assume.
is.
Let's not assume it's
Yeah,
a
that
vampire
movie's not
movie.
shooting until 2026 anyways.
It comes out July 17th, 2026.
It's shooting summer next year.
We won't know what that movie is until Tom Holland spoils it on us.
Hey, he
Okay,
didn't spoil
okay.
that Robert Downey Jr.
Here's
was
where,
back.
here's
and
what
he
I
knew.
saw. Here's what I saw, and this is absolutely not a trustworthy source, so don't believe it. But I did find it in my Twitter feed. It's from Discussing Film.
Just bussing, yeah.
Discussing Film says Christopher Nolan's next movie is rumored to be a period horror about vampires in the 1920s, starring Tom Holland and Matt Damon. That's just the tweet I read.
Dude,
That's why
what
it
is
was
he
in my
gonna?
head. Oops.
What's he gonna do with
I
time in
apologize.
this one? Where it's just like a really straightforward film.
Well,
It's just like super simple. You're like, oh, okay.
I mean, Oppenheimer.
Just
was a
instead of being
straightforward
bitten
film.
by a spider, Tom Holland's bitten by a vampire.
like a bat.
I mean, that is what vampires do.
He just remakes Morbius.
They
no,
bite
no, no.
people.
It starts out, but then he becomes the Batman.
Oh, nice.
All under Paramount's umbrella.
He just remakes Morbius with Tom Holland, like Sony probably wanted to begin with.
Oh, goodness.
I love it here.
Lee Pace and Josh Brolin are going to be starring in Edgar Wright's Running Man. Supposedly they're both villains. The Running Man is
Are most people in that movie villains?
I
though?
think so, yeah.
Except for Glenn Powell. And,
Yeah.
Who's the girl in it? Samara Weaving? Ana de Armas? Sydney Sweeney? It's got to be one of those.
It's got to be one of them, right?
Somebody super attractive, yeah.
Arda Ardonja, the girl from Hitman that he also starred with.
Katie O'Brien.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I looked up the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Not a good movie. Kind of fun, but not very good.
Well, yeah, that's New York Comic Con, I guess, in a nutshell. I'm sure we missed a billion things. But
Good job, New York Comic Con. You did it.
Xbox also had its
partner preview.
partners preview.
It's just partner preview.
Oh, we'd hate to.
There's only one partner,
Yeah, just one.
and it's you, the consumer.
So what am I making for Xbox these days?
Oh, you're not making anything. You're buying.
What am I buying from Xbox these days?
Oh, let's see. One. We'll count that one as a half. There's 2.5 games on here that are multiplayer. So.
Isn't that like kind of refreshing?
Oh, it's great.
Like, it's not all.
Is that multiplayer? It's
Yes, Phasmophobia.
okay.
is.
3.5.
Yeah.
I'm counting Subnautica 2 because you can co-op.
Yeah, you can
Oh.
be friends.
But all right, I can go through this.
Yeah.
Honestly, thought it was a great showcase.
Yeah, it was really good. I was very impressed with it.
I'll play 3 of these
At
maybe.
least.
But I thought a lot of them looked really intriguing, and user and critic reviews pending
Will probably be viewed.
could entice me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They started off with Alan Wake 2, The Lake House.
Dude, I think my text to you guys perfectly sums up my feelings about this. But to paraphrase, I was reading the article because they put Xbox Wire article after for every game they have like a developer conversation, and the team on it was like, I would equate the horror to the Valhalla nursing home bit in the game.
Yep.
And my immediate response when I read it was, frick.
Oh, the scariest part of the game.
Yeah.
huh?
So I had a guy at work who he knew I played it and he beat it this past weekend. And he stopped me today at work. He's like, hey, dude. And I was like, hey, did you beat the game? He's like, yeah. He's like, I really liked it. And I was like, what'd you think of the Valhalla nursing home? He's like, you weren't lying. Very scary. I was like, yeah, man.
That dang grandma.
It's super unsettling. Well, that and like we were kind of talking about it, but like
Did
the
you
whole
go up to the room
yes,
like that you're not supposed to go
Yes.
to? Did you go in it?
yes,
Oh, I didn't go in there.
Yeah, I went
I was
in.
literally too scared to go.
it was
in there.
horrifying. Don't do it. Yeah, I went in there.
Mistakes were made.
It was funny listening to him talk about it, but he was like, dude, and then you go into like the basement and it's kind of flooded. And you just think something's going to happen the whole time, and then nothing happens. I'm like, dude, they fool with you so much in that whole section of the game. Because when you're in the like therapy session, there's like something moving around the whole time, but you don't know what's going on. You got the crazy dude in there with you. Ah, man.
Hey, grandma.
And grandma.
Freaking grandma.
Crazy grandma. But yeah, this looks awesome. I am very excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
There was a really funny bit on the Kind of Funny Gamescast reaction to this. So he's friends with the lady who's playing the lead. I know her from the League. Anyways, she's also Battlefront 2's campaign character.
Oh, okay.
Greg Miller had her number, and he like called her,
Just called her up.
and he's like, hey, and she's like, who are you with? And he tells her whatever, and she's like, oh, hey guys. And then Greg's like, yeah, we just calling to congratulate you. And she's like, Greg, never call me again. And like hangs up like live on air. And Greg's like, It was a bit. They both tweeted about it later, but it was pretty funny. I'm excited for this. Comes out tomorrow, the 22nd. Looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yep. I need to reinstall that game and get the deluxe edition so I can play the other one too.
Oh,
so.
dude, the other one's so fun. It's
I'm more,
goofy. It's
I'm
like
more
slapstick.
interested in this one though because
Yes.
it's like one story DLC. The other one was the 3, and like that's cool.
There was a very sexy tease in that Xbox Wire article. I don't know if you read it, but at the end they were like, yeah, the Alan Wake DLC from the Control kind of teed up like the second game. Do you guys kind of do this with this DLC? And he's like, you'll just
They
have to...
literally show her brother
Yeah.
for a good 10 seconds.
And he's talking.
Yeah, he's like, I'm stuck in the forest.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
like...
the forest, all the trees.
The interviewer's like, that looked a lot like Dylan Faden. He goes...
Oh, it is, idiot.
He was like, is it? He's
Is
like,
it?
we'll see what comes out. We can't talk about it.
Maybe,
And I was like,
maybe
oh
not.
boy. So I'm very,
Brett's
very
like,
excited.
who's Dylan Faden?
I'm very excited to play this. She's making calls to other agents in the area too, so I'm wondering like if we'll meet any other bureau agents that we've not met yet, or maybe ones we have.
Or Firebreak people.
Yeah, maybe.
We can, since it's Remedy, we can just talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Remedy making their first multiplayer game? What? Brett, you can play this one.
I'm so excited.
Dude, their little developer video they put out after the showcase is really cool too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we just love our world, but we also like playing with friends, so we wanted to make something in it. It's like, dude, that's great.
This is
That's awesome.
FBC Firebreak,
Yep.
where you're inside the Bureau...
Dude, they have the foundation in there. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, the Federal Bureau of Control, and you're
The
just
oldest house.
some guy who has to take out the Hiss and I'm guessing other people, because if you play Control, you know what's going on, but that building is not in a good situation.
That building's crazy.
Not in a good way.
Know what it kind of reminded me of? Not necessarily the gameplay, but just the guns. It reminded me of when you pack a punch a weapon in Call of Duty Zombies.
Kind of, yeah.
And it's like,
It's
okay,
weird.
now this gun is super awesome and cool.
Yeah. But that's
Everything-
just the default.
But that's...
Hopefully, I guess.
There's like one dude with an MP40 though, which just kept cracking me up. It's like they got these weird
it
guns,
kinda
and this
reminded
one
me
dude's
of,
like, "Give me this gun from the World War II."
It reminded me of like Doom guns too.
Yeah,
Like they had in the newest Dark Ages trailer, he puts the skull in it and you shoot the skull bits.
Yep.
And this one, you're like putting rocks in a gun and doing like a similar thing. And
yeah, it looks super.
they shoot the gnome out, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like an object of power.
Yeah,
that you're putting out
it
there.
is. That's how they're doing ultimates as objects of power.
Dude, it's so.
And they were saying, like, in the little video, it's like, yeah, you know, they're really good, but also super risky to use because it can kill you too. It's like, dude, that's awesome.
This looks super fun.
It looks super, like, the wackier sides of Remedy, this is what this looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah.
I hope it's like a $30 or $40 release as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not.
I don't, if it's
Price that doesn't
70, I'll wait for a sale, but if it's 30 or 40, I'll pick it up for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks super cool.
Remedy killing it. Just
Good job, Remedy.
Keep balling.
Next in their rundown, Chronos, The New Dawn.
From
This new
Bloober
game from
Team.
Bloober.
You know what their last new game was?
Silent Hill 2.
The Medium.
Didn't they just remake Silent Hill
They
2?
did, but that's not new. It's a remake.
It was released. Didn't pay money
No,
for it.
no. So after the Medium,
Dude, I
this
loved
is
The
what they
Medium.
made. This is what they went to.
No, I feel like nobody really talked about that game. It kind of came and went.
It did.
We beat it, baby.
You guys talked about it.
Yeah, we
though.
did.
I loved it.
It was great.
Yeah.
They just said after they made that, they were like, we need to make newer things. We need to update our style. So that's why they went
Yeah.
with this, which is kind of action focused,
Yeah.
action horror.
Sci-fi,
Yeah,
supernatural,
sci-fi time. So they talk
gross looking stuff.
Yeah, you're like a.
Looks like you're gonna beat an old lady.
I can't remember what they call it in chess.
And
So you're these like I'm gonna use my own words. You're like these time slipper guys who are sent into different timeline, like not timelines, but moments in time to save people who got lost in time. Is kind of what the story is. I think this game looks really cool. This is one that I definitely want to try out, barring like atrociously bad reviews. This just has. I don't know why I keep thinking of it because it's not even remotely close to the same kind of game, but I kept thinking of Returnal while I was watching it. So I'm very curious to see how this one.
yeah,
Proceeds.
it's intriguing. I guess I loved the Medium. I think that's the only game I've ever played by them. Medium wasn't super scary though.
Nope.
So if it's remarked as very scary, I probably won't play it. But I just honestly, I thought the trailer was really good.
It was super cool. Yeah,
Playing the old lady in chess and flashing back to these
like crazy.
weird monsters, and
Yeah.
then he's like, well, "You beat me fair and square in chess. Now I'm gonna punch you in the face." Or I guess technically he just reaches out. He doesn't. You don't actually see her beat the old lady, but
Yeah.
I don't want to assume, but I'm assuming you punch her in the face.
Are you watching trailers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
To-
looking at
Gotcha.
images and
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you you didn't get to watch it?
no.
Oh, okay.
Next,
It was pretty good.
next thing they showed was Blindfire.
This looked. I did just watched this trailer. The
It's on Game Pass right now. Early
the splash page. I absolutely thought I was seeing a Cyberpunk 2077 DLC.
Oh, really? I thought it looked like Sparrow Racing League.
that
Oh
like-
boy.
Oh, I was thinking of they showed the contestants in their
Oh,
hoods.
yeah,
They look
yeah,
like
yeah.
hunters.
No,
It's
just that like color
the
scheme
yellow
and
and black
the yellow
and the
but
font.
even like the blue. Like there's that like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
the
neon
font
blue
too.
in there and the font. But yeah, interesting. I don't know if I'll as much of a PvP person as I am. I'm not even sure I'll
I love the
Get
idea of
into it.
removing
Light.
light from a
Yeah.
game, except for like when there's an explosion and it
Mhm.
lights up for just like a second, and it's super like glow in the dark neon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looked really cool. I probably won't play it because it's multiplayer. I'm like the opposite of you.
Yeah, I think.
But it's super intriguing.
What I thought when I watched this was like cool idea, building a game around something like that, like the absence of light, being in the dark is cool. Multiplayer shooter, whatever. But when you build your game around that, like a specific thing, whether that be a mechanic, a visual style, or something, you have to make it something that's really good. I think of Nexus Gate. The idea is really cool, but like it's not enough to keep people coming back. I don't know if this will have that. I think this will have the same problem.
Sure. That's the default challenge that
Yeah,
it faces.
yeah. Now more than ever, getting into that space of free to play shooter, whatever, is just so challenging.
Well, your gunplay just has to be
It has to be so tight. And if it's not, you're done. You're DOA. So I hope this isn't dead on arrival, but I do worry because I did think it looked kind of cool. I'm like kind of with you. I don't think I'll try it.
It looks like laser tag.
It does. It reminded me like visually of Splitgate.
Yeah.
But prettier, I guess. So cool.
Next thing, I don't know if y'all will be playing it.
I've never played one of these
Brett
games.
won't. I honestly just thought the trailer was kind of fun.
It's awesome.
I've never played one of them. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Great title, by the way.
Just like a pirate, like old school pirate, but it's modern day.
Yeah.
Like this dude wakes up and doesn't know who he is, and then he just like becomes a pirate, and he has a ship, and you're like, all right, yeah, sure. Apparently these games are super good, and they churn them out like yearly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
all the time.
They're just reusing the same assets, but like people are playing them.
Yeah.
So I've never played one of them. I've heard great things, but I probably won't play this one. It won't start
same.
here.
Yeah.
One I will be playing.
Yes.
This is one I'm super interested in. Mouse PI for hire.
This looks awesome. Cuphead FPS game.
This looks great.
Yeah.
There was another mouse game. Like this is a second mouse game, right? There was another one.
There was? Like a shooter like this?
I feel like there was.
I don't think this is very unique. I don't think there was anything like this one.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I think of Cuphead when I see this.
Yeah.
It's like the style.
Like an
So either
old-timey Steamboat Willie
Steamboat Willie,
animation.
either this is a sequel. This is absolutely what I'm thinking of, or there was maybe like a demo type of thing or a proof of concept. Maybe it was for this game earlier that I.
They've showed this
seeing.
before.
Okay, maybe
Yeah,
I'm just.
This isn't the
remembering
first time
before.
this has been shown.
Okay, I just didn't recognize the PI for hire. Like,
yeah.
that whole title aspect of it. So okay,
Yeah.
I'm curious how
coming
much
next year.
investigating actually goes on.
Well, there's like the whole camera bit in
Yeah.
here where you're
like
like,
do you just need to find the right thing to take a picture?
Right.
Because like even Alan Wake 2,
Right.
you just kind of pick.
You throw it at the board until it stays.
Yeah. But like Alan Wake 2 is more about atmosphere and storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this one will be
Shoot,
shooting.
bang, bang.
shooting and comedy.
Yeah. And awesome
maybe
visual
storytelling.
style.
Yeah.
Oh.
But not really. Oh, I need to find all the clues.
Yeah,
Like,
this is-
I know. I need to take a picture of the hat that has a bite taken out of it. Okay.
This
Yeah.
is a
Right there on the table.
This
Right.
is definitely a style over substance game
Yeah.
in my mind, but the style is off the
love it.
charts. Like it's black and white. It's Steamboat Willie. Like I think this looks awesome.
Noir Steamboat Willie detective. First person shooter.
Oh my gosh,
I'm into it.
let's go.
I mentioned this one earlier, Subnautica 2.
I won't play this, but
Looks gorgeous.
looks really pretty.
Dude,
yeah.
I kind of do want... What is Subnautica? What do you do?
You just swim
It's a
around in the
survival
ocean.
game.
Yeah,
Oh, darn.
in the ocean.
But this is one. This is in an
A new
alien
planet, yeah.
planet
Yeah.
ocean.
Yeah.
So
And it's co-op.
yeah.
Was the first one co-op?
No.
Okay, well this one is. They're taking that 2 to heart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like in Halo 2, hold 2 guns.
That's right.
This one is Subnautica 2, play with 1 bud.
Play with your boys.
Yeah. Next one, Animal Well.
Dude, apparently this game is phenomenal. But when I watch these trailers, I do not get the vibe that
This was one of the funniest trailers.
The trailer's
I've ever
hilarious.
seen.
The voiceover stuff is great.
It's a shadow within a shadow within a shadow. Some shadows are
It looks
evil,
gorgeous.
some are not.
And super interesting for a
Platformer.
platformer.
Yeah.
And like there's a big story about the guy who made it. He like somebody, I don't know what it was, but he just went and learned game development and just made this
Good for him.
just
That's
like
awesome.
randomly.
Follow your dreams.
For
Make
sure.
your dreams come true. Yeah, and that's available now.
Yeah.
Like it
Instant release,
instant
basically.
release, yeah. What I'm trying to say is Animal Noel, now available on Game Pass. Eden Zero, based off the manga.
This is
Also a
that
Netflix
Didn't
show.
care
MMO,
enough to
right?
watch the trailer.
MMORPG or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I won't play.
JRPG.
This was one of the like. I won't say misses, but this was one of the ones where I was like, okay, let's get to the next thing.
This one's probably for Eden Zero
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um,
There's an audience out there for this.
won't be playing that one. Eternal Strands.
I think this looks really cool.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's got like some Monster Hunter vibes. It's got like a magic thing going on. I think it looks really neat.
This is another one where it's like, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the point now in my life where it's just like, I'm not going to spend $70 freaking on
Dude.
every game that's like, oh, maybe. Like, a Star Wars game came out this year, and I was like, waiting for it to be free.
Yeah.
Because... but I love the art style.
I think this looks really cool.
I think the combat that they kind of created with the elements and how the whole world is kind of your weapon.
Yeah, you
You
can...
can use anything to fight, and you
Mhm.
also have a sword and a bow. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm into this one, for sure. It's one I'm keeping an eye on.
The next one, Mistfall Hunter, a Souls-like extraction game.
So I thought this trailer was cool, and then they were like, it's an extraction, and I was like, what? I was really confused, because I really liked the tone of this trailer.
fascinating. This is what the Xbox Wire or Xbox website says. This isn't. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
A fascinating mixture of Souls-like combat and extraction action mechanics.
Whatever that means.
I wonder if like
Means you're not safe once you
Maybe
beat the
you-
monster.
yeah, maybe if you fight a monster and die, you lose the equipment you took in. But if
Or you fight
Like,
a
instead
monster
of, like-
when you get to collect its
Yeah.
heart or whatever, but you have to get out with it.
yeah,
Yeah, so you're
Maybe
like...
you're not going against other human players though, but you're going against.
or like
It
even
looks-
just in Elden Ring, you have runes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
You
instead
can
of
lose
runes
those.
now, it's your equipment. You actually lose your stuff.
And like with the title Hunter, it's almost like you're going out on expeditions and you have to get back to your camp
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
your goods, while like maybe when you have whatever it is you're
Yeah.
going after, there's like a heightened sense of things chasing you, kind of like the Dark Zone, and
yeah,
maybe something like that. I don't know. I thought the tone of this trailer was really good though. Like, this is another one of those ones. I don't know that I'll play it, but I did like the trailer. Like, I
Yeah.
thought it was really
Visually
cool.
it looks really good.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
yeah,
And also, like, extraction games, Souls like games, whatever. At least somebody's trying to do something different with the Souls like
Yeah.
genre. I feel like there's like a bazillion Souls like games coming out
Right
every year now.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so, like, if you're gonna do it, it's like, okay, let's try to do something different with it. Like, cool. I'm cool with that.
Yep.
At least somebody's trying something.
yeah, I agree. Next one, Wheel World.
It's pretty.
I'm 100% playing this game.
It's I love cel shaded graphic games.
And it's Annapurna.
Yeah.
Know what this reminded me of? Dungeons of Hindenburg.
Oh yeah.
Like it's in
Oh.
Visually,
Dungeons of Hindenburg takes place in the real world. It's just like magic showed up and now you can go slay monsters.
Yeah.
This looks like the same thing where it's like, oh, this dude is biking in between the land of the living and the dead.
Yeah.
Like, and it just gonna bike. And I love the music in the trailer. It
Yeah.
looks like it will be relaxing,
Yeah.
but all engaging.
Also, probably an emotional.
Yeah, it'll hit you when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I just want to ride my bike. Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
Yeah, that was honestly probably the biggest surprise for me out of the entire thing. Where I was like, wow, out of all the games that you're playing, the bike one.
This $20 game, book it. I'm playing it.
I'm in.
I'll look at Game Pass and
Yeah, it'll be on Game Pass for sure.
Phasmophobia coming out on October 29th.
So I don't care
Let's-
so much about this game, but I think it'd be really fun to play with people.
Oh.
I'm not playing it.
Yeah, it would
You
be.
guys
I think
can
this would
play.
be super fun.
Dude, you remember when we were watching just the clip from Resident Evil
Yeah.
7?
Dude, like, if we could get, like, you, me, maybe Lepke, and, like, one other person to jump in and play it. I don't even think Lepke likes horror games. I would love to play it with people who don't like horror games.
Yeah, I just.
So you'd like to
I
play
need to
with me?
convince.
Yes.
I'd like after the show just to fire up Alien Isolation, just let Luke play for a little bit.
I've seen enough clips from that game to know that it would torture me.
That game's apparently, like, super difficult, too.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
the AI
yeah.
is so
Yeah,
smart.
the
in it.
AI learns your behaviors, so you can't, like, do the same stuff.
Yeah.
I would hate that game. Also, I want to play it.
The Legend of Babu.
this is another one where I was kind of like, all right, let's get to the next thing. Why is everything? I don't know. Everything looks weird in this.
Dude, I like this.
It looks like Kina, but not as pretty.
I thought it looked like Wukong.
Oh, I think Wukong looks better than that. I mean,
Well,
maybe
no, just
gameplay wise, yeah.
Like you have a staff, and then they added the dog. Dude, the dog is so cute.
Babu.
Doggy.
Babu.
You can play as the dog.
Yeah, I think
I hope this is well received because it's another one where it's like, if that's good, I could play it.
it looks like Xbox's Kina Bridge of Spirits.
Who is developing it? Midwest Games?
I wrote it down. It's a permanent way
Permanent
entertainment
Way. Okay.
and Midwest Games.
Hmm.
They both had logos on it. So.
Yeah, this is one where I was kind of like, okay.
Oh, the doggy's so fluffy. Look how fluffy.
It's definitely not my kind of game, but
Yeah.
Single player.
it
Got you again. It's too easy,
really is.
At this point, it's just softball. He's just tossing it up to you.
and I'll never pass it up. It's an easy home run.
Knock him out of the park, baby.
Play the Moneyball music. Last one, Wu Kang Fallen Feathers.
Wu Chang.
Wu Chang. I like mine more. Wu Kang.
I think this game looks cool.
I do too.
I think it looks really cool.
Visually looks
If this is
awesome.
on Game Pass, this might be a Souls-like or whatever that
Microsoft
gets me out of the
confirmed
shell
it
a
will
little
be
bit.
on Game Pass.
Cool.
I will
I'll
definitely
check
try
this
it.
out. Yeah,
I imagine I won't beat it, but just experience.
spend
it
some
for a little
hours
bit.
in it and just
Yeah.
kind of feel it out. Yeah.
It depends. Like, is it a Souls like FromSoft's, or is it going to be
I think there will be
more of
difficulty
an
settings.
action adventure?
I think it'll be that.
I'm much more
It's
interested.
very
in that.
interesting.
I think very much like what is it? Black Myth Wukong is.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's a Souls-like, but it's also
It's-
more an action
it's
adventure
an action game,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think this is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looks cool.
Some cool monsters too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
visually it's beautiful,
While you're fighting.
and you know it's gonna have a banger soundtrack.
Oh.
Like when you watch that trailer,
Inevitably.
the first thing I thought is like, yeah, this music's gonna bang.
Bang.
So yeah, good
Yep.
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, a good showcase overall for sure.
Yeah,
I wish Xbox's exclusive whatever shows could be as good as this one. I feel like I finished those and I'm just like, oh, still no gameplay of Fable. Still no gameplay of Indiana Jones.
we've gotten small gameplay snippets of Indiana Jones.
We've gotten snippets. I just want to watch like 10 minutes of some dude playing it. No, like
Just show me the actual loop, right?
Yeah.
What's that gameplay loop? Yeah.
like we've gotten a punch and then a whip. It's like, let me see, like not 10 minutes, just a minute of continuous stuff doing that.
Give me a gun. Bang.
bang bang.
Let's break all the rules of Indy. You just roll up with like a assault rifle. It's like, oh, this is not what I thought Indiana Jones would be doing.
just-
What is this, mouse?
Exactly.
The eye for hire?
I knew Troy Baker would voice the mouse.
Any other news stories before we move on to our weekly updates?
Yes.
What you got, Luke? What you got?
We probably could have mentioned this during Newark Comic Con because it's DC related, but Crypto is gonna be in Superman.
Yeah.
It's Alan Tujic's secret role, baby.
You think a dog's gonna talk?
I think that dog's gonna rip my heart out. Is what I think.
He voiced the chicken in Moana.
Oh, so you think he's just?
I
Gonna
think
be
he's
going,
just gonna be I think
Yeah.
he's just gonna make dog sounds.
But yeah, I'm very excited to experience Crypto in live action. If you wanted to know how different this was gonna be from all the other Supermans,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big clue.
Yeah.
We also I didn't mention Daredevil Born Again premieres March 4th
Ah.
on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's forever away, man. No wonder they're not releasing the dang trailer for it yet. It's like a year away.
Oh, excuse me. Silent Hill, this is a headline. Silent Hill 2 remakes. Bloober team says it's done making crappy games.
But they didn't say crappy.
They did not.
Well, prove it. Have they made like a crappy game?
I think they don't like their Silent Hill, the medium style games anymore. Where it's like walking simulator feel. They don't like that, I guess.
Hunt for Gollum, back in the news. Guess what? It's only one movie. No, what we need to get that number down to 0, though.
Yeah, you're right. We should.
They also said that another movie is in development. So there are technically 2 movies in the works, but only one of them is the Gollum, Hunt for Gollum, and the other one is unknown.
Supposedly Ian McKellen's up for playing more Gandalf. That's the rumor, at least, which I just let the man retire.
Yeah. I feel like
He fell off the stage, and like my life flashed before his eyes.
his life flashed before your eyes.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's okay to cast someone else in that role.
There's makeup, costuming, good actors.
Dude,
they're out there.
You know what? We're going to bring it up in the weekly update, but the Penguin did it with Mark Strong.
Yeah.
And like the makeup and hair stuff, he looks so similar.
Yeah.
It's like creepy how similar he looks.
He's good.
He's great.
You don't even question it.
We'll talk about it later. Filming for the final Conjuring movie started.
Oh.
Quote unquote final.
The Conjuring Last Rites, the final chapter in the long-running horror series, has started filming and is scheduled to release September 5, 2025.
I'll have to watch that one.
Yep. We'll have to do a rewatch of all of them. Dude, the only one that's like really tough is the first one. After that, it's pretty doable.
Yeah, but you're not me.
That's true.
You're not me who gets scared at everything. Dude, there was a jump scare when we watched Season of the Witch and I jumped. I'm sure Brett felt it on the couch.
Which
It's
one?
me over there going, the very first one. Where the guy just steps into the camera and it's just...
They did that music so loud.
So good stuff. Some good stuff. This is my... I think this show doesn't get made, but the God of War TV series is starting from scratch. Showrunner and producers leave the project. So this is a Sony Amazon thing. I don't think this ever gets made.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't think they ever do it. And if they do
And
it,
maybe it shouldn't.
if they do it, it needs to be animated.
Just animated everything.
My 2 cents.
No, it's a good take.
We'll see how the PlayStation episode of Secret Level goes.
Secret level.
Secret Level. Through the
Concord.
streaming. Secret level. We got another show coming from Mike Flanagan. Did you guys see this?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna make I don't know if he's directing it, but he's at least producing. He's doing a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Busy.
An 8-episode series adaptation of Carrie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what I
really
thought
into
was.
Stephen King.
Well, I think Stephen King is really into
Mike
him.
Flanagan likes
Based
what he actually
on
made.
what
Yeah.
I've seen.
The Salem's Lot came out, and he's like, "All right, Mike Flanagan's doing
He's
everything."
the only one.
And I guess whoever's doing Running Man, because that's Stephen King as well.
Edgar Wright.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's gonna be really fun.
I think that will too. That has such potential.
But yeah, 8 episodes of Carrie. That should be interesting.
Isn't that the car one?
No,
No, that's
Carrie's the
Christine.
telepathic girl who
Yeah.
gets blood dumped on her and then she kills an entire town or something.
Nice.
I haven't seen either of the movies.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, Flanagan
When we get in that Dark
is
Tower
really good, so
thing,
that's what I think he's actually working on.
while he makes all this other stuff or produces this other
Well, he's
stuff.
making an Exorcist remake.
No.
I've been impressed with what he's saying about it, though.
No, it's not that I don't
Oh,
want it. It's
just
that I
be-
don't want to have to watch it.
You don't want to have to
You
watch
don't
it.
have to watch anything.
Yes, I will.
You can go home and watch Cars 4.
I watched Cars 3 today.
Want to know how I know that? No. I also watched Cars 3 today.
through your window.
Happy Halloween! Anyway.
Oh, J.J. Abrams and Dwayne The Rock Johnson are collaborating on a mystery project.
Gross.
Red 1, 2.
Oh, heck yeah, baby.
Red 2?
They're already making
Red
it.
1 strikes again.
I don't know, man.
No, thank you.
We'll pass on that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all my news stories.
Sweet. Well, as for Tyler, any other news stories?
There's a rumor about Call of Duty 2025, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Can we get through Call of Duty 2024 first?
It's a Black Ops 2 sequel, apparently, which is...
Isn't it Black
There's-
Ops 6 this year?
There's 4 Black Ops 2 sequels.
I'm so confused.
There's 4 of them.
There's another one, but this one takes place before Black Ops 3.
No, why? What?
There's 4 Black Ops 2 sequels. This is so stupid. Okay.
And then we got our...
I'm gonna play that campaign. If I see another Black Ops title for Call of Duty, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna be upset.
They should just spin it off into its own thing. Then they can release 4 Call of Duty games every 3 years. Blumhouse debuts the first Five Nights at Freddy's 2 poster as well.
Oh, cool.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
But it was... That movie... People love that
no,
movie.
people love
so
that movie. People love it.
And it's going straight to Peacock.
Ooh,
I would
the
watch
big-
it if it
big
did.
raindrops.
Nice. Good
Or
vibes. We better get this thing going
Your
before the
shower
power goes
gets
out.
turned on.
I'm good news stories wise.
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. I watched a new thing this week. A new movie over on Netflix called It's What's Inside. I'm just going to read this to you.
It sounds like a newscast.
It's a
story.
dark comedy. A group of friends gather for a
a dead body
pre-wedding
in a box.
party that descends into an existential nightmare when an estranged friend arrives with a mysterious game that awakens long-hidden secrets, desires, and grudges. That's very vague. Basically, he brings a machine. The friend brings a machine that allows you to swap minds, like bodies, with people. And so it's a group of friends who have like shit between them, right? And so like
What is this movie called?
It's What's Inside.
It's what's inside.
Um,
Is that the song during the credits?
no. But I really liked it. It's not like a fantastically made movie, but it has some like really good whodunit vibes. It's dark, it's funny, it's a little raunchy at times, maybe a little overly dramatic at times, but I think it's shot really well. Lighting is beautiful. It's, one location kind of film, but it's a very unique location. And the chemistry between the actors is really good. It's one of those things where the actors are constantly having to play themselves as someone else. Like the game is, it's werewolf or murder or whatever, right? Where it's like you get a character and then everyone has to try and guess who's
I hate
who.
that game so much.
But it's literally like guess who's actually inside the body. So a pretty fascinating premise. I enjoyed it.
guess who?
Yeah, guess who?
Are you
Say,
the character of glasses?
I'm gonna give it a Matthew McConaughey. I think it's a really good streaming movie. I probably wouldn't recommend I wouldn't have probably gone and seen this in theaters, but if you've got Netflix and are into kind of the dark comedies, give it a shot.
Is what's inside.
That's all I did this week.
Okay.
I want to hear your review of Season of the Witch. Because you saw it for the first time.
We did. We all watched Season of the Witch Halloween 3. Wait, or is it just Halloween?
Halloween 3.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. My review.
Halloween, 10 more days till Halloween.
Silver Shamrock.
I don't know what it's John Carpenter, right?
He did not direct it.
Did he write it?
I don't think so.
I don't know who wrote this.
I think he did.
I don't know who wrote this movie, but I want to know what they were on when they wrote it. Because
Yes.
Lots of drugs.
so many drugs. It is both amazingly bad
No, he didn't
and
write it. Tommy Lee Wallace.
horribly good. It's obvious why it's a cult classic. I see why you guys love it so much. It's just so out. Everything is so out of left field. You just think it's going one direction, and then it's like, nope. And then they lean into it at the end, and they just really embrace the film being what it is. Yeah.
It's really dark.
It's very much an 80s movie.
It's so much an 80s movie.
Yeah.
And there's so many moments where I'm uncomfortable by what our protagonist is doing. And I'm just... But look, it's made so... it's so fun just to watch something that's from that time be of that time.
Yeah.
Right? And, the bad dialogue... and the cheesy acting and the chemistry that's just not there between romantic partners.
Bro, they were clearly in love.
Yeah, I love the moment because I think I did it when we watched it the first time too, when our protagonist and the love person in this,
The love interest.
When they kiss the first time, and your immediate thing is just oh,
this is not.
that is not where I thought that was going. Never gets old.
What website
No.
am I on?
Yeah. Where did you get this movie, Luke?
It was in the back.
I'm
Behind
glad.
the curtains.
I'm glad we finally were able to sit down and watch it together.
Me
'cause
too.
It's a ton of fun.
It is. It was a lot of fun. And it's fun when you're doing it with friends
Yeah.
and you've got fresh freshly
Cookies.
baked chocolate chip cookies. Shout out to Luke.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Good Halloween season movie.
Yeah.
The best Halloween movie.
The least Halloween movie at the same time. But somehow the best. So
I think it's clear as day that is the best of the Halloween franchise, and it's not even close.
I do think we kind of talked about this afterwards. I do think there is a avenue for more of that kind of
Anthology.
anthology storytelling, especially in these weird rebuttal films that are just drawing on 1980s, 1990s nostalgia, that take themselves so seriously with the lore and trying to it's got to be the character and whatnot. It's man, just have fun with something.
Yeah.
Just do something creepy and
I think that's what makes this so much fun, though, is because they definitely just set out to have a good time.
Yeah.
And it works.
And one of my favorite things is when they just show one of the characters watching John Carpenter's Halloween on TV. So it's that it's not in that universe.
Right.
This is our world where we watch
The other
Michael
movie.
Myers and Laurie Strode
Yeah.
in a movie. It's wait, what?
Yeah.
This is Halloween 3. What are we doing? So, in the next anthology they need to be watching Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. in the background.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
That can be the running gag. You just always... Oh, and then they put
You
the
always
fourth
watch
one.
the last one.
They put
yeah.
the next one. It's what
Yeah.
are they... Oh, okay.
That'd be really fun. And then you built your own.
That means Halloween is in that universe, but that one is in this universe, but that one is in our universe.
So now you have a multiverse of Halloween movies.
And multiverses are the rage right now.
I'm starting to hate this idea.
We just made Lionsgate because they'll buy the rights. Because why not?
They need
Them or
they need
Netflix.
something.
Who didn't somebody buy the rights?
Lionsgate? No,
I
they're
thought
just
Blumhouse had it right now.
Oh, for Halloween.
Who just made the new ones that were bad?
I thought that was Blumhouse, wasn't it?
It was-
Halloween 2020.
It was
What, Returns or something?
Halloween Kills was made by
Seth Rogen's buddy.
David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, and that team.
Yeah,
Blumhouse and Miramax.
Yep.
Distributed by Universal.
Well, they should have done better.
I mean,
I only watched the first one of the reboot, so
the
and I
first.
didn't hate
The
it.
first one cost $10 million, and it made $259 million.
And then they're like, "Yeah, let's make 2 bad ones right after."
I think they all made a ton of money though.
I bet they only spent. I'm curious what the other 2
Halloween Kills was 20.
is. What it cost.
Yeah.
Was that the third one?
Well, Halloween 3.
And I think Halloween 3 is Ends. Halloween Ends.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch had a budget of 4.6 and it made 14.4 in the US.
Adjusted for inflation. It's pretty good.
I know the answer, but I'm not saying it.
I don't. What is that?
Halloween
I'm
Ends.
blind.
Halloween.
I don't know.
Oh.
Halloween Ends cost 33.
So
And-
all told,
and
it
made
cost them-
and made 105.
So all told, it cost $63 million to make 3 movies,
Yeah,
and they all made over $100 million.
the first one made over 200. So
There's only 2 good Halloween movies. Halloween and Halloween 3. That's it.
that's it. So other than watch Halloween 3, what did you guys do this week?
I watched The Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
Ooh.
I watch this every year
Mhm.
with some friends. We all get on FaceTime and we watch together.
Fun.
This is the best fall movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Don Knotts, 1960 comedy. He has to stay the night in a haunted house. Oh, it's so funny. It's only 90 minutes long. Please watch it. Don Knotts is incredible. He's so funny. Also, it takes place in Kansas, which is fun.
Always good to see
hometown film.
Kansas represented.
But yeah, I love watching that. Which means I only have one left in my yearly Halloween watch.
Oh.
So Season of the Witch, Ghost of Mr. Chicken, and come on, say it. Hubie Halloween.
Oh.
baby.
Yes.
I didn't know you were adding that to your yearly rotation.
Dude, I don't care. I love that movie.
Dude, that movie's
Wow,
awesome.
It's good. Good movie.
The
Wouldn't have on
the
your
opening
list.
of that movie is one of the best. Just vomit
Oh,
everywhere.
it's
It makes me laugh
stupid.
every
I
time.
love it so much, dude. Oh my gosh.
The voice reveal is great. There's a lot of good stuff in that movie.
Oh yeah. What else did I do? Oh, do you remember me reviewing the Devil's Hour show from
Yeah.
way back when?
Yeah.
Season 2 dropped.
Oh, I didn't know it was getting a season 2.
I didn't either. Yeah, I hopped onto Prime and it was in my continue watching. I was like, oh, okay. I've only watched the first episode of season 2, but the first season is like this weird sci-fi mystery thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like where it ends, and then season 2 you see the other side because it's kind of a multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you get to see the other
Who
side
is
of
that?
it.
Who is that? Who is that? That's Derrick Henry. No! No!
No money for you. That's okay. You still got an entire quarter left.
They need to let him finish his touchdown.
Dude, he's gonna be tired. He needs to rest. Anyway, Devil's Hour. I've only watched first episode. I really like the first season. It's interesting that it's called the Devil's Hour because it really has nothing to do with anything supernatural. It's just that the main character wakes up at 3:33,
Oh.
which is the Devil's Hour, and that's kind of where things
Why
like
is it-
kick off. But
I feel silly for asking this. Why is it not like, oh, I guess you can't have a 666.
double it.
Yeah, it's that kind of math.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I've been watching like Penguin and Vox
Yeah.
Machina and stuff, but
Yeah.
Vox Machina's been good.
it's good.
It's real good.
I read Ultra 85, a book by Logic. It's a Matthew McConaughey. It's all right. He's gotten a lot better as a writer in terms of his ability to form sentences and full thoughts and write in a way that isn't like unappealing to read. So good on him. He's a rapper. He's a high school dropout. He's a kind of a self-made dude at this point.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was So the book is based on his album, The Incredible True Story. He has like a series of skits throughout the album, and he basically expanded those skits into a novel.
Oh, neat.
So it's a really cool like idea.
Yeah.
And it was Matthew McConaughey. It was all right. Then I forgot to mention this last week. I watched Civil War, the Alex Garland movie. It is a tough watch, but I really, really liked it. I highly recommend it, especially this time of year in an election year.
Yeah.
As a reminder of, what could be and what you don't want to happen. But there's some really cool themes that kind of run through this movie. I love that it's not like picking a side.
Yeah.
It's just saying like, hey man, war sucks. Don't wish it on your own home.
Yeah.
But I really love the through line of like Kirsten Dunst's character starting out as like this desensitized war journalist, and then by the end of the movie she's like completely destroyed and distraught by everything she's seeing, and the character she's kind of been mentoring throughout is like the opposite journey, and I just really love that dichotomy. It's a really, really good movie. Well made too.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people talk about the Jesse Plemons scene, and it is as harrowing as people kind of say it is.
Yeah.
It's
it got
just really
meme-ified so early.
Yeah.
But then what you don't see in the memes or even in the trailers is like the tension that surrounds that.
Dude, there's so much.
And it's so good.
It's really just an incredible movie. I remember when you guys reviewed it, you talked a lot about editing, and I just would love to double down on that. Mm-hmm. This movie's edited so well. The way they kind of splash in the photos is really, really cool. It's also got a really cool color palette. There's some really unique stuff in here.
Yeah.
He kind of plays with color that I thought was really cool. I texted you when I was watching it about the cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is this dude like a hidden gem? Like, I pulled up his stuff, and I can't remember his name. I'm gonna get to it. But he did Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yep.
He did obviously all the Garland movies. He's done a lot of good stuff.
Rob Hardy.
Yeah, Rob Hardy. Yeah, because I texted you and I was like, is Rob Hardy the most underrated cinematographer out there?
No, it's Roger Deakins.
Underrated?
He hasn't won, hasn't he?
Just because he hasn't won doesn't mean he's underrated.
Everybody knows who he is.
He hasn't won and he's underrated.
This Rob Hardy cat that nobody really talks about did Annihilation, Mission Impossible Fallout, Ex Machina, Civil War, Men, which if you hate that movie, fine, but it's really pretty.
It is, yeah.
I hate that movie. Haven't seen it. I just hate Men.
He's just done a lot of really good stuff, and he does a really good job.
Yeah.
Dude,
I am so excited for this next generation of cinematographers that are coming up.
Dude, it's going to be crazy.
It's incredible the talent we have. I honestly think one of the best things that's come out of the digital cinema revolution has been the accessibility in which young filmmakers have been able to get their hands on professional gear and really understand what it takes to, shoot a film.
Yeah.
You're not just writing a movie. You're not just setting a camera up. You're not doing the TV thing with like 3 different angles. It's like, how do you capture this moment in a way that's unique? And
Well, they're
when you
learning
have
it.
more tools to do it, you can do it.
Yeah,
You
and they're
can practice.
not learning on the job as much, like when they get to the top of the world, right?
They're
They're learning on their way
lots
there.
of experience on their way.
Yeah, and it's
to
going to be
those
awesome.
Gigs.
It's going to be really cool. And speaking of, I guess, the process of making films, the last thing I'll mention is I've been watching The Franchise
Yeah.
on HBO.
I've watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, I'm through the first 3 episodes. I think you said you've watched the
2.
first 2. Really, one thing I want to mention, I love the opening, like the first episode opening oneer. I think it's really cool. Kind of like, we're going to walk you through this movie set and introduce you to all the different roles in filmmaking.
Yep.
And I just, I love it. The character that you follow in the show is the first AD for a film, which is cool for me because I've first AD'd a couple projects with you.
Yep.
and his life kind of sucks. I can tell you, like, Brett does not make my life suck that bad.
We
if you
also
watch
are
it.
a very indie production
yeah.
versus a
But if you don't know what
franchise.
this is, if you don't know what this is basically like a satire show on the making of superhero movies. But it's narrative. It's not like,
I kind of think of it it's very similar to the what's the video game one that we
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
I think it has very similar vibes.
Yeah.
Two
I would
different
agree.
production companies with two probably different
Styles,
end goals
for
and
sure,
styles, but yeah, it's funny. It's
Dude, there's a bit in episode 3 that, like, legit, I could not stop laughing. It stars Billy Magnuson, who is hilarious. He was really good in Game Night. He's really good in this. And Aya Cash, the chick from she played Stormfront in The Boys.
Yeah.
She's in it as well. I definitely recommend this, just for starters.
It's on Max.
Yeah, it's on Max. It's pretty. It won't hit for everybody.
No, probably not.
But, like, if you're into the superhero movie world, and if you're kind of into, like, the idea of filmmaking, I think there's a lot of really fun stuff in here.
If you've ever watched a behind the scenes thing online, back in the day when you'd buy a physical movie and it would come with a behind the scenes like section on the DVD, if you ever watched that and thought those were interesting, you'll probably enjoy this.
Yeah. And it's got a really, like, the cast has great chemistry. Like, I love Daniel, and, like, his relationship with everybody on set is really funny.
Dude, just the stuff with the producers is so...
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. They get... So the third episode is about, like, feminizing the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so ridiculous. And Billy Magnuson's character, like, throws a fit about something that they're doing because one of the characters gets, like, a big staff. And so, like, he calls his lawyers, and, like, they get the lawyers on the phone with the producer, and they're like, if you'll just reduce the size of the staff, Billy will be happy. And it's, like, all these, like, really ridiculous things. There's definitely a bit where they're clearly making fun of The Rock, too.
Nice.
If you've ever heard the stories about The Rock and how he kind of acts on set and, like, the things he requires in his contracts, they're clearly making fun of him. They make fun of a lot of people.
Yeah.
You gotta know what stories they're alluding to.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. I like it so far. I'll keep watching it every week.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm behind right now, but I'm behind on a couple of
I mean, it comes out at like 10 o'clock on Sunday, so it's not like my first priority to get to, but they're
like
30-minute episodes.
It's like that and the Penguin drop at the same time.
Yeah. And they're 30-minute episodes, so they're easy to watch.
They are, they're a little more digestible, for sure.
A lot of fun. So, what were you hunting on over here? You were doing like a whole research project.
I'm on the Dune IMDb. Goofs. Despite several mentions of the intensity of the sun on Arrakis, no character ever wears any eye protection. That's not a goof. That's a choice. Also, intensity doesn't mean brightness. It could mean heat.
They also do have the goggles that they wear to the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, IMDb? Get that garbage out of here.
Downvote that.
I don't think that's how IMDb works.
Boo, IMDb. But yeah, that's... I started reading The Book of Elsewhere.
Oh, you can.
Written by Keanu Reeves and China Mayville, I think is his name.
Okay.
Early on, I was like, I don't think I'm smart enough to read this book.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of big words for no reason. It was kind of annoying.
This is a logic book?
No. No. This book's super easy to read. This is the Keanu Reeves book. But it's settling in now that like characters are getting added. It follows this guy who's immortal who just wants to die, and so he agrees to help this like Black Ops military unit complete something because they feel like they tell him they have a way they can kill him.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a wild premise.
That is it. That is an interesting premise.
I think it's in the world of the comic he wrote called Berserk.
Yes.
It's kind of set. It's set in that same world.
Okay.
So
cool.
Thought it sounded neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I did.
Pretty cool.
That's what I've done.
Cool. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. No Fanbox questions this week, unfortunately, but that's okay. Next week, I don't know what you all will be reviewing. I'm going to our local Tallgrass Film Festival here in Wichita. If you're local to the area, make sure you get out and support something. You can buy individual tickets if you just, there's maybe one film you can get out to, or you want to go see one block. You can buy individual tickets, or you can get passes.
Did they let your movie in?
They didn't. We did not get accepted.
Well, then I refuse to support them.
to this year's festival, but we'll be submitting another film next year. So, never give up. Never give up. But I think, actually, Luke, probably next week we'll talk about Vox Machina should be wrapping up. Right?
I had to make sure there's nobody behind me because you pointed.
Because those are 12 episode seasons.
Yeah.
And
they release them three
at a time. So, yeah. But yeah. Until next week.
I'm playing in a softball tournament, so
Tyler won't see anything.
Yeah, I won't be able to see anything.
Wow, jerk. Hey, I'll give you recommendations because you're gonna do the.
I'm gonna do the
virtual
digital,
pass.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
I'll give you some recs.
Just gonna watch all of them in VR.
I just really get excited to watch the shorts. I guess if we're gonna preview that, like
No,
I love watching the shorts. I think they're really cool.
I'm going to. I think there's 5 short blocks. I'm going to 3 of them.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do the super late night scary one. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where the timing just didn't work out. But there's quite a few local Kansas filmmakers who have features premiering, so I'm gonna try and get out to see some of them and all that stuff. It'll be good.
Sweet.
But yeah, shorts are awesome. Shorts are where it's at.
I'm wearing shorts. You're wearing shorts. You're wearing shorts.
Hey, we got the memo tonight.
All black? Black
Yep.
shorts.
All black earth thing.
All right. Well, until next week, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see ya.
Bye.